Good morning, YouTube. This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. You may be wondering what I'm doing with this X-Acto knife and this target. Well, I'm making a thermal target. I ordered my ATN 160 LT. It's due in today, and I'm making a zero target for it. What I did is I cut the center square out and put tin foil on it. Tin foil is a different temperature than paper is, and it puts off a heat signature in sunlight. So when I go to the range, the sun will be beating down on this and it'll be real hot, and it'll show up. And put my crosshair on it, and I fire a round. Wherever the round strikes, I leave the crosshair here, and then I move the other crosshair to the hole and press enter on the scope, and it'll automatically zero it. Once I can get 3 rounds into this square at 50 yards, I'm zeroed. So no matter really which caliber you use, you're pretty much zeroed. So I'm making, the farthest shot I'm making is a 100-yard shot. So what I'm going to do is I will zero the thermal for at 50 yards, and it'll probably be a square high at 100 yards. So that's no problem. The round doesn't drop or fall. When a round leaves the barrel, it's continually falling. Gravity's taking effect. They don't, that story people tell you the round rises and then it falls, that's bullshit. Okay? Gravity takes effect as soon as it leaves the barrel. It's falling, it's dropping. Okay? That's an optical illusion that that the round actually rises. That's ballistics, the way ballistics works, but it's an optical illusion to you. It has to do with the bore center and the scope center and all of that. So that's why you think it's rising. It's not. It's continually falling the whole way, and losing speed and power. So anyway, there you go. This is it. Cut these squares out. Cut the white part out of these small ones to confirm my zero. I'll do 2 of them. So I have one here and one down here, and I'll zero here. And that's all you use is a piece of tin foil, and it's very simple to make a thermal target for a thermal scope. That's my DIY. I will be back in this segment when I get my scope on the unboxing of it. So we'll see you later when I get the scope. It's due in today. FedEx has it on the truck. It's out for delivery. So I'm here waiting impatiently. Can't wait to get it. So I know the thermal makes all the difference when you're hunting at night, as I do with nuisance wildlife control. The IR reflects off a lot of vegetation, and it comes back in your face and you can't see well. Well, with a thermal, you don't need an IR light, and you don't get no reflection back in your face. You get a heat signature, and it's very defined, and it shows up white hot or black hot. And then you just put your crosshair on it and bang. And if you're using a heavy enough bullet, you can shoot through vegetation. Some of the vegetation doesn't show up when you're looking through light vegetation on the scope. Yeah, you see the animal right through it. So if he's in light vegetation, like field grass, and you've got a 200 grain bullet and he's only 50 yards away, that 200 grain bullet passed through that grass is not going to be deflected by that grass. and you're going to deliver a kill shot to the animal you're hunting. So there you go. This is it. This is Black Rifle Rick in North Augusta, South Carolina, saying so long until the unboxing of the ATN LT-160 thermal scope. Bye-bye. Okay, Black Rifle back at you, YouTube. Here you go. Target's finished. I put the tin foil on the back of the target and taped it. And then on the front, taped it again. These two, as you can see, I countersunk those by putting on a pizza box backing. Make it a little more sturdier for the range. And when I put it up, I got something to staple to, and the wind's not going to blow that target off. So there you go. It's the thermal target by Black Rifle. The tin foil should heat up in the sun and provide the proper heat signature. It'd be different from the paper. So when that sun hits that tin foil, it should heat it up. Anyway, we'll see how it works, and I'll probably do a video of the unboxing. I'm going to do that, and then I'll do a video of the range, zeroing the scope. I'm going to zero it at 50 yards. I'm not making a shot over 100 yards away at night with the thermal. I could probably make one out to 300 yards with it on a coyote or something like that, but on the hogs and the coyotes, they're normally within 100 yards of me. Mainly they're within 50 yards, so they get close. I use the dead downwind, descent myself real good before I go in there. Then when I get up in the stand and take my position up there and get all set and get quiet, I hose myself down again with the dead downwind and take that scent out of there, the human scent. It destroys it. So every hour or so I'll reapply my dead downwind in the stand while I'm sitting up there. Do not urinate out of your stand. A lot of guys do that, especially young men, Well, you wonder why you don't get a deer. That's exactly why you didn't get one, because you put your human scent out there. So you don't want to urinate in the area or defecate in the area you're hunting in. Go somewhere else and do that. What I do is I take a Gatorade bottle. It's got a big mouth on it, and an empty one, of course. And don't mix it up with your regular Gatorade, because you wouldn't want to take a swig of that. Anyway, you urinate in the bottle, and then you tote the bottle out with you when you go. This way you don't contaminate the area with your scent around your stand. So that's a tip from Black Rifle. A lot of guys will just whip it out and take a leak right there in the stand. It just ceases to amaze me why people do that. It's crazy. Take a Gatorade bottle in there with you that's empty. Tie it on a string, leave it up there in the stand. When you use it, take it out. Take a new Gatorade bottle with you when you go. So then you got a bottle to leave there and a bottle to take out with you. So when I got my stand set up, I have my safety harness on. My belt's about, I'd say about 3 feet above my head. It gives me a ability to lean forward without falling. And if I were to doze off, I would fall forward and the belt would hold me. So that's what that safety harness is for. Use a safety harness if you're up there in the stand. It's not worth the fall to the ground. 21 foot is a big fall to the ground, especially when you get up in your 60s like I am. I'm in my mid 60s, and you fall out of a stand, you don't heal so good anymore, you know. It's not like a young kid falling out, but 21 foot is enough to kill you. 8 feet is enough to kill you. A lot of people get killed in the home just on a step ladder, you know. Falling off a step ladder, hit your head, and they're gone. So, safety, safety, safety. Remember, hunt safe, shoot straight, kill clean, and apologize to nobody for it. Okay, this is what we do. But this is the target. This is the thermal target. It's my DIY invention. And if that don't work, I'll get the hot hands, and I'll put a hot hand on each one of those tin foil and tape it to the back of the target, and then you'll see a heat signature. I guarantee, as Justin Wilson would say. Remember him? I guarantee. Alright, well, this is it. Take care. This is Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Saying goodbye for the second time. Bye-bye. Hello, YouTube. This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Wanted to show you something. My buddy Mark was down, and he took my 223 rifle. I have a bolt action rifle that he took home, and he bedded it. But he didn't use fiberglass bedding. He used JB Weld or Quicksteel. It comes in a tube, looks like a Tootsie Roll. And he bedded my stock. I have a Boyds AT-ONE Stock on my bolt action Remington rifle. And this was the stock that came on it, the plastic one. Actually, it was a pretty good plastic stock because it has aluminum pillar beds here in the stock, but you still get a lot of flex out of this stock. You know, it wasn't bedded into in that fashion. It didn't have any bedding in it. But this is the Boyds AT-ONE Stock. I don't know if you could see that, but this is the rifle. That's the Boyds AT-ONE Stock. That's my primary arm scope. It's a 3 to 15 power. It's got a lighted reticle. It's got like a horseshoe reticle in there. It's a nice looking reticle. I really like it. The way it's set up. I learned how to use it, and once you learn how to use it, it's pretty accurate. But this is it. This is the 223 Remington 783. Action is smooth as glass, and it's adjustable. The cheek weld and the shoulder hold off. The distance between the shoulder and the trigger. As you've seen, it was empty, so that's it. This sports a 16-inch bull barrel, threaded for a suppressor, and it's a nice varmint rifle. I really like it. Mark is well steeped in varmint hunting. He's an avid groundhog hunter. He uses he bedded his CZ rifle with the same thing, the Quicksteel, and it really worked well for him. He said it actually improved his group. He got to tighten the group up because the action is secure within the stock, and the places that are cut out in there and metal goes in, you put vegetable oil on your sprayed on the metal parts, and you put it in and you let it dry. You tighten everything up and you let it dry for a couple days, then you pull it out, wipe that oil off, and you're good to go. Your stock is bedded. That's the way he explained it to me. I had never bedded a stock. fiberglass bedding or any of that stuff. I've owned them, but I've never done it. I've had it done and paid a gunsmith, you know, a couple $100 to do it. And that was back in the early 70s. And I had a 17 Remington that really shot really good, and had a nice walnut stock, and it was an oil finish stock. It was a Remington centerfire 17 Remington. It shot a 25 grain bullet at about 4,000 feet per second. One of the best woodchuck guns I ever had. It really reach out there and touched them. And then I switched over to 22-250. So then I started pulverizing woodchucks at a longer range. But that barrel on that Remington 17 Remington centerfire, it burned out at about 1,500 rounds, and the barrel was burned out, so needed a new barrel. So I dumped it. You know, I got rid of it. I sold it, and you know, the guy put a Douglas barrel on it, and he shot it, and he shot that Douglas barrel out after about 3,000 rounds. So he replaces the barrel on that 17. In fact, I talked to him when I visited my childhood home, and he said he still has the rifle, and he's replaced the barrel twice on it. But he said there's no places to hunt woodchucks like we did when we were kids. It's all housing developments and you know, houses built, you know, so it's all gone. Anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle. Just wanted to show you that Boyds AT-ONE stock on the 223. This video is about the ATN and the building of the target for the ATN. And DYI, don't waste your money on a thermal target. Pay $30 for a target. I mean, some of you know, people are ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy what they're asking for that stuff. So just DYI you something. Hot hands work really good. If the tin foil doesn't work for you, get a hot hand and tape it to the back of where that tin foil is, and I guarantee that you'll be able to see it through the ATN thermal. And you know, 0 at 50 yards, and you'll be dead on at 100. You know, I mean, you might be an inch or so off your point of aim, but you know, an inch is nothing to worry about. You know, you'll hit either an inch high or an inch low. I know when you're talking a mass, you get 7-8 inches on that massive neck, you know. So you got 7-8 inches either way. So you put it right in the center and just pull the trigger. You'll be scoring a trophy bore. Anyway, we'll catch you later. This is Rick, third time saying bye-bye. Okay, YouTube, Rick. Well, the moment of truth. The unboxing of the new ATN 160 LT thermal scope. So here it is. It's in the box. We'll open it up here. Coming from Sportsman's Guide. It's 2:31 now. Been on the truck since 4:30 this morning. I've been waiting, buddy. I couldn't wait. I'll tell you what. I'll just pop all those air films. They're useless. Oh. Here's the battery extender. It works off USB. You got to charge this up, and then it's got a cable, and it's got a case that hangs on the stock of the rifle. So it allows you to extend your life of your your battery. But the battery in a scope lasts 10 hours according to the manual. I downloaded the PDF manual. This the quick detach scope here, scope mount. It's a 30mm mount, quick detach, and this thing is well made. You know, it's not a real cheapy, flimsy deal. So I like it. You know, for me, and made in China, it's not bad. Total price was $1,172.19 with tax and shipping. It was $949.05 for the scope, and the mount and the light kit was free. So I did this in a 3-way pay, so it's $2 something a month for 4 months. I did it in a 4-month pay. This is it. The THOR LT thermal rifle scope. Thermal sensor, 10 hours life, battery life. A one-shot zero. It's lightweight. You got black hot or white hot mode. You get a 3D accelerometer, and this is the 3x6 160 by 120 ATN THOR LT 160, and this is it. So without to do, we'll open her up. You gotta charge this thing first thing when you get it for 6 or 8 hours. So use your telephone charger, as long as it's a certain amperage. I'll tell you, I think it's 20 amps. Telephone charger. That's what it calls for. Okay. Put the box down here. Throw your trash in the box. It's your owner's manual. You got your ATN scope and the case that it comes in. See, it's got a nice neoprene case. It's got your USB cable. It's got your rubber eyepiece. I like to keep all this packaging material together with the box in case I sell it or I trade it in and get another one, get a different model number that has more color choices in the reticle. I think this only does red and green. And I think you got 2 or 3 reticle choices to choose from. But this is your charging cable. This is a heavy duty cable. I really like the fact that it's a heavy duty cable like this. It's a C cable, USB-C. And this is it. ATN THOR. I'm not going to bore you with the mounting of everything, but I will show you how this screws on. This is a soft rubber eye cap, and it comes with a I think there's a lens cover on this. I'm going to say there is. There's no lens cap on the front. There should be one. Should have a lens cap. Maybe it's in the other box, I don't know. But anyway, this is pretty nifty. And it's kind of tight here, you know, so you zoom in and zoom out, focus here. So we'll mess with that later, and we'll go into this box here, the other large box, which has a cap for the electronics portion here, the dust cap to cover your port here. I guess that just hangs out. Anyway, the old one had a round, the IR one. This also works with the IR job too. So, box wrappings. There you go. There's a this holds the rechargeable batteries unit inside it. And it's got all the necessary Velcro straps and everything to hold it all together. And you probably put spare rounds in here. Yeah, it has a spot. You put some spare rounds. You put some spare rounds here too. Then you put this on a it's more or less like a saddlebag for the stock. Yeah. Hold your recharger. Won't that look familiar, like one of the cell phone USB chargers, external battery pack. And this is all it comes with. Comes with that round cap, but this goes in the this little thing. This goes in the IR night vision equipment. It doesn't go in the thermal. You just plug this directly into the scope. You undo the little rubber dust cover and plug it in, and that's how that works. So anyway, we're done with that. And again, it comes with another charging cable. So you get two of them. One comes with the rifle and one comes with the kit. So that's extra. That's a good deal. So you get two of them. Save all these little plastic bags and goodie bags and stuff down in there and everything. I'm looking forward to Zero, the scope. I can't do it tomorrow because I got a VA appointment, and they're like hen's teeth. VA dental appointments are hard to come by, and you got to make them, or you're shit out of luck, you know. The VA, what a bureaucracy. Giving veterans a second chance to die for their country. I know a guy that went to the VA, and I don't know how it happened, but this is a while back. This is like 30 years ago. He went in for a certain operation, and he come out with another operation that he didn't elect. Oh geez. So it ended up some serious people were in some serious trouble, but I don't think anybody got fired. They just move them. VA is like a cesspool. Shit floats to the top. Screw up and they make you the director. Anyway, there you go. That's enough of that. I'm off my soapbox there. But this is it, the ATN thermal scope. And I will be back with you. I won't be able to show you anything on the inside because it doesn't take pictures, so I won't be able to show you a nice thermal image and all of that. With this particular scope, the more expensive models have the digital imager in there that allows you to record. They have several different settings. You can change it's got a color display. Instead of black hot, white hot, they got blue hot, red hot, green hot, all kind of different colors. So they got all the spectrum of the rainbow there, and they got colored reticles. And I really like the blue reticle on the black contrast. It stands out real good at night and allows you to put your, I use the European reticle. It's a horizontal line with a dot in the middle, and then you got a vertical line coming down, and then a horizontal coming across, and a dot in the middle. And that's the German reticle that I use when I hunt. And you can use that horizontal line to lead an animal. You can put the end of it on an animal's nose while it's on the run, and fire around and hit that animal. So it's used for leading, and it works pretty good. I've shot a couple pigs on the run like that and rolled them right up. So anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Now I'm going to charge this for 6 hours. But like all scopes, before you start whining, this is a piece of junk, read the manual. Okay? It's so simple. Just read the manual. You know, I mean, a third grader could comprehend this. You know, it's not hard. Very simple. So, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you later. And I'll bring it back to you. I'll come back on another video, on this same video. I'll come back again with the scope in the mount and mounted on a rifle, ready to go hunting. This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta. So long. Bye-bye. Good morning. This is Rick, Black Rifle. How's my friends at YouTube? Anyway, enjoying a cup of coffee here. I've mounted the thermal scope on the AR-15 Overwatch rifle. My AR-15 Overwatch rifle sports a 24-inch heavy barrel in 5.56 millimeter. It's a extremely accurate AR. Anyway, I will show that to you in a minute. Now what I really wanted was the Pulsar night vision thermal sight, but they're $1,800, and right now I just can't afford $1,800. I could barely afford the $1,000 that scope cost. So you have to weigh that. You know, I could have financed it, maybe went and got a loan for it, maybe, or something like that, but it's a big chunk, you know, for somebody that's living on Social Security and a military pension. Anyway, times are hard. You know, gasoline is about killing me doing the nuisance wildlife control for what the company, the people that hired me, for what they're paying me. It just barely pays for the gas and the bait, the corn that I have to put in feeders to keep those pigs attracted to that feeder so I could kill them off. Anyway, I had a real nice boar buster trap, and somebody relieved me of it, and then I bought a trap called a boar brig, and somebody stole that. So I just got tired of people stealing my live traps, and just decided just shooting them. Anyway, this is Rick Black Rifle. We'll show you the rifle here. Right there it is. There's my cat Harley. He is my buddy. That is my cat. Harley came to us when he was a kitten. He adopted us. We didn't adopt him. And the neighbor across the street came over with all his toys and everything and said he spends more time at your place than he does ours. We're going to let you keep him if you want to keep him. So I said, yeah, we'll keep him. So he's been with us ever since. We've had him about 6 or 7 years. Anyway, that's the THOR LT 160 3x6 power, and the controls are on top. This is a very simple scope to operate. There's no SD card in this one. This does not record video. The ones that record video have an SD card. Anyway, on the charge, when you charge this thing, you plug it in, leave it in for 6 hours, and charge it, which I did. I let it charge overnight, and the battery stays active for 10 hours. I have an external battery that goes in a case that mounts on the stock here and hangs on the side of the stock over here, and allows me to plug a cable in from the battery to the scope, and that extends the power 10 more hours. So you can do almost 20 hours, but who's going to sit for 20 hours with the scope on? I don't. I turn the scope off, and when my light on the feeder comes on, I turn the scope on and look and see what it is, and then scan the area for more targets, because with a thermal, the muzzle flash doesn't turn off the scope like it does on an IR scope. It blanks it out for a few seconds, and your follow-up shots and second shot at something is not available. But this is the Overwatch rifle. It's got that big old heavy barrel. It's a 1-in-7 twist, 5.56 NATO, and that's my laser light So you got a green light and a laser, a red laser underneath, and it's connected with a pressure switch. And those are my XS iron sights. You want a good set of iron sights for your AR-15. These XS sights are the bomb. And they work very well. So I recommend them highly. Anyway, this is the Caldwell Precision turret. This is what I have the rifle locked in when I zero. And as you can see here, I'm gonna go around it. And we'll go around the rifle. Okay. So the next time you'll be seeing me is when I'm zeroing at the range. I plan to zero with a 55 grain ballistic tip and make precision headshots on those hogs. A heavier bullet would be better shooting through brush and stuff than the 223 bullet, but I really like the 223 for hunting. People say you can't use an AR-15 for hunting, they're full of crap. People who say that. People who say that 223 won't kill anything or kill it humanely are full of crap. It's all about shot placement. Shot placement, distance, and velocity. The velocity of the round. That thing is leaving the muzzle at 3,300 feet per second. That is smoking fast. You know, I had one faster than that. It was a 17 Remington centerfire. It shot a 25 grain bullet at 4,000 feet per second. So that was smoking. I've never seen anything more than 4,000 feet per second. Well, that's pretty fast for a little bullet like that. But the wind played hell on it, leaves and grass played hell on it, and I killed a blue million woodchucks with it when I was a young man. You know, I was about 18 years old, and we killed a lot of woodchucks up in Connecticut and New York State. But all my woodchuck hunting places are populated with houses. Everything's developed, and they wonder why the coyotes are living in a housing area, you know, where there's houses. Well, they got no place to go. And you can blame the northern, eastern, equestrian people for the coyote problem. They brought them here from out west. They had them loaded up, captured, and they brought them here in place of foxes so they could do their foxhound hunting on horseback. And now the equestrian people, the coyotes, are preying on their horses when they're born. When they have a foal, coyotes will attack it and kill it. So in this county, we've had a couple horses killed by coyotes, and they bred with dogs, and they created a super coyote as big as a wolf. And in fact, one of the coyotes, I think in a couple of my videos I showed a picture of it. Anyway, it did look like a wolf. It was huge, but it was crossed between a chow and a coyote, and it was huge. And like I said, I killed that whole pack out. I wiped them out. I killed 56 in 1 year. 9 of them were those big black coyotes mixed with a chow. So I took that right out. I took them out of the gene pool. So that's what I did. I pulled a root on that clan. So they will not be back. And if they come back, I will nail them. Right now, all we have is the hog problem. Almost 4,000 acres of pine forest have been harvested in my county alone, and then on the Savannah River plant, and that's where the majority of them wild boar come from, I think. At least I'm thinking they come from there. They've harvested quite a bit of acreage there. I think over 3,000 or 4,000 acres of land, pine forest, have been cut down there. So development and progress is pushing them out into the residential neighborhoods. So beware, be careful, because they'll get your cat, they'll get your dog. You got a little tiny dog, they'll get a hold of it, they'll kill it. You got a little chihuahua and it goes missing, chances are a coyote has it. You got a cat that's missing, chances are a coyote has it. I put a couple pictures I took of coyotes with cats in their mouth and a horse they killed. Anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Remember, long live the Republic. Vote, and vote often. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to tell you. I'm abandoned Facebook, and I'm on Truth Social. Look for Black Rifle 5.56 millimeter mm 5.56 mm on Truth Social. Join me over there. They don't censor your stuff. Whatever you say, they believe in their First Amendment and freedom of speech. But keep it civil, keep it, you know, you don't want to put no trash on there. You're an American, for God's sake. So put something positive on there. We'll catch you later. This is Rick, Black Rifle. Bye-bye.